I've got 6:30, so we can call the meeting to order. Anybody disqualified from discussing anything on the agenda? We have a quorum of all of the members present tonight. So we can entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the October 5th, 2022 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion from Mary Simmons, second from Sophie Jordan. All in favor, aye. All opposed, like sign. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, on to old business. I don't believe we have any old business. And then new business, the landmark application for the Gideon C.
I
Yes.
think we need to put in the minutes that we had the house tour, and it was for our first one, it was very much a success.
For the minutes for tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Under old business, okay. Yep, I agree. I think we were all very surprised at how many people were interested, which was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be successful if we had 50 people, and I think we had at least 100, so.
Oh, yes. And the Masonic Lodge was very enthusiastic and would like to be included again.
Yep, and I heard
that's
that from
good.
some of the other houses, so.
I enjoyed it very much.
Just real quick, are your microphones on?
It sounds like it.
Okay.
I think so.
Has a green dot.
So just checking.
So. Okay, old business, new business, the landmark application for the Gideon C. Boswood Junior House. And first, we have staff report from Miss Jenny Turner.
Thank you. So just a reminder that this is a request for local landmark designation, and to be designated as a historic local landmark, a property, building, site, area, or object must be found by the commission to possess special significance in terms of its history, prehistory, architecture, archaeology, or cultural importance, and to retain the integrity of its design, setting, workmanship, materials, feeling, or association. And so we do have a local landmark request for the Gideon C. Boswood Junior House, which is located at 198 and 204 North Gregory Road in Shawboro. And the owners, the Winleys, are here. They're the current owners of both 198 and 204 North Gregory Road, and they've applied for local historic landmark designation. It's pretty exciting, our second application. It's good stuff. The property is called the Gideon C. Boswood Junior House, and it's identified as inventory property number CK0266. The property is located across the street from the Roberts Brothers Farm. And you can see here on the aerial photograph, it shows the property as well as an additional approximately 1 acre lot here. So the house is located at 198 North Gregory, and then the lot, which helps with the feeling and the setting of the property, is part of this request.
Okay, so the landmark designation applies to both parcels?
Correct.
Okay.
So the Gideon C. Boswood Junior House is proposed for its historical significance. Gideon C. Boswood Jr. was a prominent and highly respected citizen of Gregory. He served 6 terms in the General Assembly for North Carolina. He was a farmer, merchant, politician, and operator of a cotton gin. And your report actually says the cotton gin that he operated was the one was located in Grandy. So again, both parcels are to be designated. I go to the packet here, and so both parcels together are around 12 acres in area. That can be found in your agenda packet on page 8, where it has the addresses of the property. The first page of the landmark report. Let's see. Oops. And this property is also proposed for architectural significance. It is an excellent example of colonial revival style home in the county. It has facade symmetry, a central pedimented doorway, and porticos. It was constructed around 1928, and it remains in its original location in the rural farm setting in Shawboro. And I've just taken some of the elevations from the report. So here's the front east elevation. You can see the front facade. This faces North Gregory Road and features the symmetry of 12 double-hung box sash windows with 9 panes in the upper and 1 on the lower. And the windows on either side of the portico are arranged in a three light pattern, 3 windows. And the windows are located above the portico, and the door, or I'm sorry, the portico and to the sides are double windows. And then you can see in the dormer, there's the 3 windows located in the dormer. Here's the portico with the 2 Doric columns, gabled roof with pediment, and 6 paneled original door with transom. Here's the south elevation of the home. You can see it has a centrally located large tile porch with a hipped roof that extends nearly the length of the house. Large original masonry brick chimney extends from the hipped roof and is capped. Chimney actually leads to a functional fireplace in the formal living room that currently has gas logs. The porch has 4 Doric columns and a centrally located exterior French door leading into the formal living room. The porch is covered in vinyl siding and consists of 3 original brick steps directly in line with the French door. To the right of the French door is a single double-hung box sash window, and the other side, 2 paired windows. On the second floor, there are 2 double-hung box sash windows above and to the right of the entrance and to the left of the paired window. Here's a more up-close picture of the porch. Here's the rear of the structure. This is the, let's see here, the west elevation, the back of the house. So the back porch of the house was removed in '74, and a den with a two-car garage was added in '74. Den and garage are covered in vinyl siding and contain 5 double-hung replacement windows with 6 panes in each sash. The roof is gabled and covered with asphalt shingles. The hipped roof you can see on the back of the house here. It matches the front with the dormer window in the center. And here is the north side elevation. Let's see here. This is, I was just going to highlight, you can see here in the picture the small cinder block building with a hipped roof that was located close to the entrance. It was built in '57. It contains a hot water boiler. Provides the home with heat in the winter and hot water year-round. Your report does have a construction timeline and narrative of different additions and changes to the exterior in it. Here's a better picture of the boiler room building. So this local landmark designation report was submitted to the State Historic Preservation Office for review, and the SHPO issued a letter on July 29th, 2022. And that letter states that the Boswood House is of special local significance in Currituck County because of its architectural integrity and its association with Gideon C. Boswood Jr., a prominent farmer, merchant, and politician. And and staff has prepared an ordinance designating this property as a local historic landmark and would suggest approval of that ordinance, recommending approval to the Board of Commissioners for this property. And I'd be happy to answer any questions, or if anyone on the board wants to point something else out that I didn't point out that's special, that'd be great.
I just wanted to make a couple comments. One, this was a very enjoyable read. I appreciate seeing architecture discussed in such a way that it's fun to read. So I commend the people who wrote the application. I just had one question, and my question is because I could not find my answer when I went back through it. Somewhere you said that there were two porches and then a front porch were put together with two doors. Which side was that?
Front porch is original with the red brick tile.
Yes.
The side porch was original. It's like it had a wooden topping.
Okay.
And it was, it's like I can remember as a little kid, stay off it or you'll, And so they bricked it so that it would be permanent. The back porch is gone. It was poured concrete, and that's very interesting. It's like my grandfather was pouring the concrete, and one of the there are a lot of myths about the house and stories that when I was growing up there, it's like people would say, oh, it's like they told me this, and that was really fun. And they said that Mr. Boswood, because he was a very flamboyant fella, it was like the Great Gatsby era. So Currituck's equivalent of the Great Gatsby with ruin and all of that thrown in too. But they said that when the porch was poured in 1928, that Mr. Boswood was seen throwing silver dollars into it. And so my dad and I, it's like that was a project. We did a lot of things, and it's like in 1974 when the construction crew, I personally can say that we broke up that porch into less than silver dollar sizes. That was a myth.
Yeah.
And then the myth of the Jenny Boswood was a fanatic about her floors, and she had 3 fireplaces put in the home before she was satisfied with what you saw. And that was true because in the smokehouse, my parents found the frames of the failures. Oh, wow. But her fastidious nature with the red oak floors that were there, we had people come to us during the years and say, Gib Boswood has a whole attic. The third floor of the attic is stored with red oak. And that was not true. We had to break their hearts. And
tell them that.
It's been a really fun, it's like place to have that connection. It's like me over the last 60 years of living there and just remembering it's like people that had firsthand knowledge and would share that.
We appreciate you sharing the knowledge. So that front porch is the side that's completely removed, right?
No, the front porch is original.
No, not the front porch, it's the back, it's the side.
The back porch is gone.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
in 74 that was taken
And
off.
the other porch is,
Is original steps, and it's like the only thing, and you could see where it's the topping. Instead of the wood, it's now a 1960s chip tile.
okay. All right, I just had that one question. I couldn't find the answer to it when I looked back. I'm sure it was in there. It's just I overlooked it. So thank you.
Yes, it was a very enjoyable read. I thought with all the memories associated with the house too. That was nice. Do you have any historic photos of the house?
My mother may, and she has dementia. So that's going to have to wait.
Okay. I mean, it might not be relevant to the application. I was just curious.
At some point I may have access to.
It was really an enjoyable read. They were fascinating characters. I love how they were written about, the first owners. And the detail, the pictures of the interior, thank you for sharing those. Those are, wow, they're beautiful.
We're concerned with preserving, because it has been preserved right from, and the 1928 builders, most of the interior is original.
That's right.
The lights are beautiful.
Oh, they are. They
Everything.
are. It's a gem. It really is. It's absolutely beautiful. And the setting is it's extraordinary.
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think how much y'all love the property really showed through, too. It's very clear that it's been very well cared for over the years.
And I appreciated the video that you did for the tour. That was very nice. And
Thank you, because people come and you want to give them something of value.
Okay, any other discussion? So are we good to, okay. Then we can entertain a motion to accept our second landmark property, the Gideon C. Boswell Jr. House, if anyone would like to make a motion.
I make a motion that we accept this house and recommend that it be added to the landmark.
I second that.
Okay, second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously. Congratulations.
So just real quick, we'll get this scheduled for the Board of Commissioners meeting on December 5th. And that meeting is held at 6 PM, I believe. So I'll send you an email about that.
Thank you for all that
Thank
hard
you.
Oh, yeah.
work, research, and effort that you put in that application.
I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't put the bug in my ear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was like an earworm, Mary Jo. Not just a bug, it was a little earworm.
We're going out to-
And it's great to have it all written down for future generations, too, that it's all going to be
yes.
collected and preserved. That history will be preserved.
So you can take the next step.
And it's like, let me just throw in just one small tidbit. It's like, have you heard the saying from Manny to Murphy?
Yes, and that was
Yep.
cool.
That under Mr. Boswood's tenure in the General Assembly, he fought for Currituck. Before that saying was part of our lexicon, it's like, it was from Currituck to Cherokee.
Yeah.
And in reading the old General Assembly records and to try to see exactly what he was all about, I was delighted to see that he fought vigorously to keep the state saying from Currituck to Cherokee.
Yes.
And that was more correct. So he would be very pleased that Currituck remembers him tonight.
So
He's
true.
fascinating. I think you've found enough information that maybe you can be on the Currituck Historical Society's speaker
Oh, it would be interesting.
circuit.
Yeah.
I just put that bug in your ear,
Yeah.
Mary Jo.
All right, Jenny, for item B, I see we have discussion of additional inventory properties.
Yeah, so I had, well, you know, the one lady, the property owner on Gregory Road had called about potentially being in the tour. And that didn't work out, but I do think there is some interest there in potentially applying to be a landmark. It's a property that's not currently in our inventory. So I just kind of wanted to see if you were interested in adding some properties to the inventory and discussing those now, and then we can do that officially at the next meeting. But again, this is the property at 426 North Gregory Road, and the owner called it the Kerr House. I don't really know much about it. Here's where it's located on North Gregory Road, and you can see it's really great because all the farmland behind it is part of the parcel here. I think it's approximately 10 to 11 acres, something like that.
Am I correct with it that, if I remember right, that second-story porch was like, used to not be enclosed? It's not that long that it's been enclosed, right?
Right.
I don't know when it was enclosed. The owner will have to
Yeah,
tell
but
us.
I'm just curious. I don't think it doesn't change my opinion. I'm just curious.
so Kerr, Kerr.
Yes, that's how I think it's spelled. So that's one. Then at the tour, Mr. Hewitt that
Yes.
owns this property right at the front of Currituck on the Sound was interested. It's also not on the inventory. Apparently the house has been moved a
front of
few
Currituck on the
times.
Sound. It was
Here's
moved
where
from
that's
across the
located.
street.
You can see right
Right in the corner.
right here at
Highway.
Currituck on the Sound.
Gotcha.
So it's an old farmhouse. And
Is that
then
old?
I got a call about this property, which is down south. Just they were kind of fishing for. Are there any funds to renovate? And I gave them the information for the folks at the North Carolina office. I
Just
think
a-
that you had talked to.
Yeah, just a note, this is very weird, but I stumbled across a YouTube video of somebody going inside that house years
Uh-huh.
ago. Like, I don't know how. Once in a while I watch those abandoned property videos, and Somebody
It was this
actually
house?
went inside that house. Obviously, they weren't supposed to, but
Yeah.
Urban
least-
Explorers.
yeah.
And this one too is a large property. They're just south of Macedonia Church Road.
So who owns that property?
I don't have the owner's information handy.
It's a guy that used to, I remember at one point on Facebook, he was talking about because he lived in the southern end of the county. Because I remember there was an issue, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago, when the county was trying to do like a corridor cleanup, and that was one of the houses. And he did fix it up and kind of got it okay at the time.
It's really grown up right now.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as it was.
Was it a gentleman or a lady who called you?
It was a lady. I believe she was interested in purchasing it.
Because I had an email from a lady wanting to know if we had surveyed it, and we did not. Historic house in Poplar Branch, Caroline Sproul is the lady who called me.
That may be the same name. It sounds familiar.
Okay.
So I mean,
Remember when that
they're
was
older
built?
property. I don't.
It looks so
I
much
really
like
don't.
Looks
my
like
house.
19.
It looks so much like my house.
Yeah,
It's
it
late
does.
1800s for sure.
I always think of your house when I look at that one.
How about the one at the, as you go into Currituck on the Sound? When was that built?
I said, he asked me, and I said, 1890s, but he thought it was older. But we never could find a deed to it.
I remember when it was moved across the street. Would have been, what, in the late 90s? So, Jenny, in adding these, do the owners need to officially request, or can we just add these all onto the
We
inventory?
can add them. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need a motion from us to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So is there, or do you want us to take that up at the next meeting?
Do we
Yeah, I
have,
think so. I
That's
just want
better.
to look into it a little bit
Okay.
more and see if we need more information on the
do we,
properties.
well, I was going to ask you, do we need to do a survey on that? Because each house that's in the survey has a drawing, a GPS, has an architectural description. And if we're going to add houses to the survey, do we have to go those steps again through each house?
I don't believe so. And actually, some of the properties on the inventory, we have very minimal information on.
Well, and, I mean, when was the survey done? 2008, 9?
Oh, 8 or 9,
So I
It's
mean,
been a
we'd
long
also,
time.
we would also have every year, so
You
you've
have
got
expanding it, yeah.
essentially 13
More,
years of,
yeah.
So every year, because it's 50 years or older, so every year we're getting more properties that are technically eligible.
And those are definitely older than 50.
So on the tax records, are they not is there not a year?
There might
that it
be. I
was-
have.
You hadn't
I
checked?
haven't
trust them
really
anyway.
done a
Mine
ton
wouldn't.
of
But
research.
you can't use the tax records because, well, like my house was built in 1939 according to the tax records.
No.
I would say that if we're going to add these to the inventory, then probably the only thing that we need to do is have a picture, have the location, and verify it's at least 50 years old.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think all the other
Yes, and a
research
photo.
happens when that property owner comes in and
Yes.
wants to seek the local landmark status.
So is there any objection to her maybe bringing to the next meeting at adding some of these to the inventory? Okay. Anybody have any objection to, it sounds like 2 of those might be going for landmark status. Anybody have any huge reservations at the start of that? Okay. Then we're good.
Great.
All right. On to announcements. Any announcements?
Yes.
Okay.
December the 12th, the Historical Society is having a meeting. The speaker will be Lorraine Umflett. She is with the Greenville Office of Preservation and Archives and History, and she will be talking about what the state is planning for the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and why North Carolina is important in the American Revolution.
Okay.
And also, December the 3rd, we will have a tree lighting here at the courthouse.
Okay. And that's December 3rd? Okay.
And it's not at what's at the Extension Center? Is that just a different thing?
That's a
a
different-
different thing. Okay.
So do we need to be here to go to the commissioners' meeting December the 5th?
You can if you'd like to, but you don't need to. No.
You going, Josh?
I don't know.
I'll plan to say a few words about the tour that we had during the time of presenting the landmark application.
Okay. Any other announcements? Okay, hearing none. Any public comments? Hearing none, we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned. I'm going to use the gavel.